Now I want to explain a little more about the note repeat and the time division function here on our MPD32. You'll see I have this note repeat button, of course, and I've got this drum here going on. As you can see, it's doing a pattern there. I can go here and it's changing the division of the notes. And this is all based on my tempo. So I do a different tempo now. So see what happens here? And that's how note repeat works. And you can see here, this is of course the time division. So even if I'm playing something, it'll correct it according to the time division set. Here, I can turn it off, press that button, and it's off. Turn this off, and the note repeat will no longer latch to the particular pad. At the pad, it won't happen. But if I hold this down, see what happens? Nothing. So you have to latch it to get it to work. Now here, I'll go back to hitting a note here. I'm hitting any pad here. And you'll notice here, we have data appear here. Now when I hit a pad on the MPD32, it will output MIDI note messages to trigger sounds. Let's say in my Reason software or Cubase or Go Live. Now each pad will sound this note information. For example, this first MIDI channel here is A, it's 1A. See that? And below that, this is pad bank A. Now if I change my pad bank, you'll see a change, see? And so now I'm back to A. This is the note. That's note 47. This corresponds to a MIDI note number. And here is the velocity. That's how hard we hit the pad. Hit the pad, that velocity changes. If I press full level, I get a full level output. If it's not, I won't get this full level, which is 127 for the velocity change. So when I hit the pad, this note data gets down to a port, and it'll trigger, let's say, another drum sound somewhere. I hit a pad, that triggers the drum sound. I hit this pad, that pad, or any other pad, and you see the pads in the bank right there. I know I'm triggering that sound. I know the data that's going to trigger that sound. I know how much the velocity is. I know the note that I'm going to hit. I know the MIDI channel. Now here, of course, this is velocity. This is the data. For example, if I hold something down, it's called aftertouch. So I'm holding the pad down now. See that? So it's telling me this is the aftertouch. After I've hit the pad, I'm still holding the pad down. If I let down lightly a little bit, not so hard, you see it change. It changes there from there's 97, it's going down. So I get lighter and lighter, and I get up, it goes back to 0. So as I'm holding the pad down to full velocity, once I strike it, this is the aftertouch. This is the pressure on the pad after I've struck the pad. So enabled aftertouch is a MIDI data sent when pressure is applied to the pads. Now, that's hitting a pad. This is the information we see. Now I'm going to move a fader. Here's fader number 1. I move that fader, and you can see here, we have more data here. Right? Here's a pad, here's a fader. So it's different data. Here, but the same thing. We have MIDI channel, that's 1A right there. We have our control channel. That, what does fader correspond to? That control element. That's my control channel number. It's control change number right there. See this? This is the control change number. See this here? That's my control change indicator. See this? Control change number. Got that. Now, my control change value is right here. This is the data that's being sent. I move my fader up and down, and that's what's happening. This 0 is the top where my fader's at. And that data, which is here, is being sent over our MIDI channel 1A. And that's bank A. Now, of course, in control channels, we have A, B, and C. But I have to be in that bank to do that. See, I can press the pad, but it still maintains this we're in A. And so you can see there it's still an A. That's important to understand. This works for knobs as well. And I'm going to turn the first knob. And now some of the same similar thing appears, but we have here the first knob is 002. That's the control change number. Okay? Still, we're in 1A, we're in bank A, and it's the data being sent. Now with the knob you see here, it's the same thing. You know, it's continuous, so let me go to the maximum setting for that particular parameter. In this case, the maximum setting is 127. I can bring it back down, and there's 0. Now these control knobs, the faders and the knobs, also can transmit aftertouch. So, just like the pads, the faders and knobs can also transmit aftertouch as well. So, I moved the fader. Now, I'm going to hit the play button at my transport section. Now, once I hit the play button, we see MIDI machine control, which is MMC. And this is commonly used to transmit transport control messages to hardware or to my software, like my Reason software, or to maybe an MPC hooked up to it, or some other sequencer. I can control it by pressing play, then pressing stop to stop that play. As I press stop, you see it says MMC stop. I can press the forward button, and it says MMC forward. Back button, back. I press the record button, it says MMC record. So these are the ways we can actually record a DAW, digital audio workstation, or an external sequencing device as well.